Welcome back to Modern Art Blitz, our 71st episode. Oh my God, if you haven't been on the show, one day you will. Hey, so my next guest today needs no introduction. Okay, I'll do it again. Kelly Berg. Kelly, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Kelly, well, I'm great. I'm very, very happy to have you on the show. Now,
Thanks.
I've followed your career. When would you say you hit the big time?
Well, I moved to Los Angeles in 2009.
2009?
So,
Really?
yeah.
God, I thought I'd know you longer than that. Where were you before then?
I was at RISD before that.
Oh, really? You graduated from RISD?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 2008, and then I went back to Minneapolis for a little while. That's where I'm from.
You're from Minnesota?
I'm from Minnesota.
Oh my God, you're from Minneapolis, from urban Minnesota.
A little outside of there. It's Wayzata, which is on Lake Minnetonka.
Oh my God. Oh God, I'm having flashbacks.
Really,
I went out with a girl from Hoka. You ever been there? No, see,
No.
it's tiny.
Yeah, there's a lot of Minnesota
Wow,
towns and lakes.
yeah, Minnesota. Ooh, man. Yeah, 10,000 lakes.
Yeah.
How many cities? 2 cities for every lake? I don't know. Yeah.
That's a good
So they can make fun of the
question.
people on the other side of the lake.
Somebody
right?
told me there was actually 15,000 lakes.
15,000
Yeah.
Oh,
They just
so
say 10,000 on the license plate.
The license plate is wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be a good Jeopardy question. So you went to so you went from Minnesota to RISD.
Yeah.
Wow. And you 4 years undergrad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And you were telling before the show, it was a very funny aside, that you discovered Facebook in college when you had to be in college to be on Facebook, remember?
Yeah, my freshman year. That's when it began.
The good old days.
And
Ooh,
so
who
that
knew
was
then?
interesting. Yeah.
If you knew then what you know now, right? So now you definitely consider yourself a painter, right?
Yeah, although I mean, kind of the paintings that I'm doing now are almost like sculptural.
You sculpt onto the thing, but there's
Yeah.
still, you really are dealing with illusionistic space
Yeah.
relative to it's not a 3D object. There's no objecthood. You want people to go into the work.
Yeah, I would
and the fact that
consider myself kind of a
you've got the texture
painter
bringing us out. So
drawing.
let's look closely into this. Now, tell me about this piece.
This piece is actually one of my pieces in the series of kind of about dangerous natural phenomena and
All of
natural
nature is danger, right?
disasters. Yeah. So I've had a lot of kind of experience with lightning, actually growing up in Minneapolis.
Really? Because there's so much metal in the dirt there, right? Isn't there a bunch of mines in Minnesota?
There are actually. Yeah, I've been up north to down in this Sudan mine when I was a kid. But there was all kinds of severe weather.
Minnesota is severe weather.
It's
yes.
every summer it was tornado warnings all the time, and we have to go down in the basement.
But people like the tornadoes because it gets rid of the mosquitoes for a day or two, right? Right?
Maybe.
Okay. State bird, right? Is the state bird still a mosquito?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this another nature?
It is, yeah. So I've kind of been doing this series for the past 3 years, really since 2012. And actually, I kind of came after, slightly inspired by my LA experience. When I first moved here in 2009, I was living in Echo Park, and that was the summer of the Glendale forest fires. So I would watch the hills
You kind of brought this natural disaster stuff with you. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
now.
shortly after it was the tsunami in Japan, and
So tell our viewers. I've seen this piece. I love this piece. How big is this?
this is, I believe it's 7 feet tall.
Wow.
So
the same height as you. Oh, I had to. It was too easy. Okay, so is it? And now the wood grain here is this. Oh, sorry, I might disappeared behind the couch.
Oh wow, you're in the painting.
The wood grain here is that actually the wood grain, or have you painted that on?
I actually followed the wood grain of the piece of wood that I was working on, which all of my work is very kind of intuitive, and it goes in different directions. Once I start working on the surface, and I was realizing this connection between the wood grain and kind of these cracks in the earth. I'd been thinking a lot about kind of earthquakes and that sort of thing. So this kind of combines the...
If you got here in 2009, you have yet to really be part of a big quake, right?
I know.
Knock wood. Uh-oh. Where's the wood? Oh, is there any, here, pencil shaving. I'm knocking the wood. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so because those are fun. Now, so you move. Well, now is it a big difference? Minnesota, obviously, RISD, or East Coast, you got all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then you come out to Echo Park.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
My brother was living there at the time.
Okay, so you had a family connection. Now, you've been showing. I mean, I saw you at the Museum of Art and History out in Lancaster.
Yeah.
So you had a great solo show there.
Thank you. Yeah, that was such a great experience.
But now, what galleries have you shown at that the viewers might know?
Yeah, my last showing was just this past fall at Sloan Projects in Berg Station, and that was my show Divergent Earth, which was all about these kind of geological phenomena. And then before that would be the show out at MOA in Lancaster.
I mean, you hit the museum level pretty early. I mean, that's a good notch in the belt, right?
That was, it was great. And one of the paintings was kind of inspired by that area too.
Oh, the Lancaster? Yeah, because when you're driving out there
going,
oh boy.
Vasquez Rocks, actually.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah. And then my two previous solo shows were at Frank Pictures Gallery, which was also in Bergmont Station.
Oh yeah, I remember Frank. Yeah, it's a great space. So what are we looking at here? Because this is, I see the lightning now. Oh, volcano! Oh, I was blocking the volcano. Oh my God! Wow. Where is this based on a specific volcano?
It's kind of a combination. I was thinking of almost like either the Mediterranean or really kind of like Indonesia.
Oh wow!
It's called Ring of Fire.
Krakatoa, east of Java.
Yeah.
Even though it's actually, Krakatoa, it just blew up. There's no more Krakatoa. There was a Krakatoa.
Yeah.
And when that thing went off, they heard it in England. I mean, it was big. It was a big boom.
There's been some major eruptions.
Nature is scary.
Yeah, it's very
scary. I like urban. I don't like driving to Lancaster. It's like you gotta love art to go. I mean, when you see somebody at an opening at MOA, that person loves art because they, that's some rough terrain there. I mean, it's easy drive. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half. It's
I
easy
really like the drive out there.
Yeah. Is it just the scenic?
There's interesting landmarks along the way, and Vasquez Rocks has kind of been one of my favorite places.
Yeah, we took a bus. We took a bunch of people out there to see some shows on a bus, and it's very nice as a tourist driving that thing. Woo, man! But I mean, Vegas is 5 hours, so it's a very easy drive.
It's a lot of places.
So now the lightning is just. Are you doing this compositionally to just give it a little zest here? What's
Actually, this is volcanic lightning, so it's
whoa! I didn't know. There is such a thing.
There is. It's this really interesting phenomena that only happens under the right circumstances.
Really?
So it happens when these particles inside of the pyroclastic clouds hit together, and it creates all of this lightning.
Pyroclastic! You will be tested on this, students. You will be tested on this. I want you all to write that down. Pyroclastic. Huh. I know some of you are going to fail. Okay. Wow. I'm pyroclastic. I'm okay. So there's just sediment in the up there that
and I didn't even know this.
It somehow just attracts lightning.
Yeah, I didn't know about this phenomenon, and when I started kind of researching for this volcanic series that I was doing, I discovered that it actually happens, and that was really interesting to me because I was doing the lightning paintings and then the volcano paintings, and so that kind of combined all of this natural energy that I was
wow. And
capturing.
Again, what kind of paint are we talking? Oil paint? Acrylic paint?
Acrylic. Yeah.
Have you ever done oil, or
I have. Yeah, I've done whole series in oil paints.
Okay.
But really, when I moved to LA is really when I actually started working in acrylics. Because
is that because LA's so plastic? Help me out here.
It actually I think at RISD I was really into figurative painting and really studying hard with the oil paints, and then I moved to LA. I discovered Nova Color acrylics. Which are amazing, and there are all these kind of iridescent metallic colors, and really, kind of looking at the light and space art. I was just really wanting to bring in these different types of paint.
And acrylic, it dries a lot faster on the West Coast than it does on the East Coast. Did you know that? Try it sometime. Yeah. So let's see, you have more art. You brought us more art today, yes?
Yeah.
Wow, what are we looking at here?
This is actually my newest painting.
Ooh, cool.
I just completed
always loved
like
that.
a week or so ago.
Okay, so we're filming this, if you're watching an archive of this, this is May of 2017. This is a month-old piece. Is this acrylic paint?
It is.
Wow, really built up.
I build up the surfaces with actually metal mesh. And I used to do a lot of metalsmithing, and I had always wanted to
really?
And jewelry making.
Really?
Actually.
Okay.
So and working with these kind of like these geological, subject matter, I really wanted to bring like metal into my work. So that I just started experimenting, and then
most people, when they want to bring metal into their work, they just paint the Judas Priest logo onto the picture. But you brought real metal into this, right?
Yeah,
okay. No Iron Maiden here. This is real now, but we don't see the metal though because you've got the acrylic paint on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a structural, like sculptural form that I'm.
Now, are you still going for the pains of nature here, or what's going on here?
Yeah, this is actually kind of like I've been doing this kind of series on caves, actually.
Oh, wow.
So this is like a cavern.
Did you go through a lot of psychology and then come to this?
No. It's interesting though, now that I'm reading about caves and that they like represent the subconscious. All of these interesting, like myths about caves, and I've always been intrigued by them. And, I started kind of just with the shapes of the forms. Like I really love like the Badlands, those kind of like sharp rock formations. And so that kind of got me thinking about caves. And
now are children from Minnesota allowed to go to the Badlands? Because most of the Minnesota kids are all really good. They're all the good kids.
I went to the Badlands when I was 5 years old, which had a pretty big effect on me.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was like...
Great. Scared straight.
I loved it. I was like, the Badlands.
This is your newest piece. Was this the art you brought? Oh, we have one more. Wow.
Yeah.
What's this?
This is also in the cave series, but this one has a pyramid inside the cave. Which, I went to Egypt in 2008 just to go to the pyramids, Saqqara, and that really had a huge effect on me, and I've always been super interested in ancient Egypt.
Were you Cleopatra in a previous life? Because I've had guests say they were.
Hey.
And how big is this piece?
This is actually about like 12 by 16, so...
12 by 16 feet or inches?
Inches.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is a nice small, is this a drawing or?
It's actually a scratch board, but I make my own scratch board by,
layering
these ink techniques, and then so it's a combination of the built up acrylic paint and scratch board.
Okay, wow.
And so they take me a long time to do. It's months.
Meditative.
Go into these paintings.
Do you lose yourself in the studio and 8 hours went by? Didn't feed the cat?
Yeah,
cool.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, look, you've got a great career, showing all over the place. Everybody knows what's going on. I love the painting, always have. What's next for you?
Next, actually in a couple weekends from now, I'm in a 4-person show in Ojai at the Porch Gallery.
Wow.
That's the Ojai Invitational Light and Space show at Porch Gallery, and Eric Swenson put together, and actually my husband Andy Moses is in it as well.
Wow, okay, cool. Well, sounds like great. I mean, making that drive to Ojai makes Lancaster seem like it's in the backyard, but okay, great. Well, hey, thanks so much for being on Modern Art Blitz, Kelly Berg. Oh, wait, the sketch! While you were in that seat, Eliza was in the sketcher's seat, and we have, check it out. All right. Wow. Thanks again, Kelly. We'll be back. There you go. Right after this.